Today we're going to do P5 fractions. The focus is on equal fractions. Let's look at the first question. Half of Andy's marbles is equals to 3/5 of Nan's marbles. So we can draw a model for this. Andy, Nan. So I know that the number of marbles that both have is equal. However, for Andy, it's actually half, and for Nan, it's actually 3/5. So this is Nan and it's 3/5. So now 3/5 means I can cut into 3 parts. Half I don't need to cut. So what's the next step? The next step we can do is we can make it into a 1 whole. From half to make it into a 1 whole, here I can draw another half. So this is when half plus half, I have 1 whole for Andy. So how do I make it 1 whole for Nan? I just need to add 2/5. So this is 2/5 for Nan. Next, I look at this. This is 1 unit for Andy, but this represents 3 units for Nan. However, we know that this portion, they are supposed to be equal, right? So if this is 3 units, this must also be 3 units. I can equalize the units by looking at lowest common multiple, which is 3. So this will make the number of units equal since the number of marbles are equal. So this must be 3 as well. 3 units. There's 1 unit, 1 unit. So we know that in total, Andy has 6 units. In total, Nan has 5 units. They have 550 moles altogether. So we can add up 5 units and 6 units and 5 units. It gives you 11 units altogether. And this is equals to 550. So 1 unit will give us 50. Okay, if 1 unit gives us 50, how many marbles does Andy have? Andy, we can see from model again, is 6 units. So 6 unit equals to 50 multiplied by 6 equals to 300. So this is the number of marbles for Andy, 300. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, now the next question. 3/7 of Tom's buttons is equals to 1/4 of Jerry buttons. If there are 456 buttons altogether, how many buttons does Jerry have? So I draw a model for Tom and I draw a model for Jerry. So since they are equal, I draw the model showing that they are equal. So this is 3/7. For Tom, and this is equals to 1/4 for Jerry. Okay. When it's 3/7, you know there's 3 parts. Cut into 3s. When it's 1/4, you know there is 1 part, so we don't need to do anything about it. Okay, so now you need to make it into 1 whole, right? Because why? Because we need to know how they have 456 buttons altogether. That means it's 1 whole for Tom, 1 whole for Jerry. So in this case, to make it 1 whole, I only have 3/7. I need another 4/7. So what I can do is I draw another 4/7. So 1, 2, 3. So this is 4/7 to make it one whole. What about Jerry? Okay, I have 3/4 at first. Make it into one whole means draw another 1/4 and 2 more quarters to make it one whole. Okay, another 1/4, another 1/4. So this is one whole because you can see that I've drawn 4 1/4s. 4 quarters means one whole. Okay, before I do the next step, I can see that this part 3/7 is equals to 1/4, but this is represented by 3 units, this is represented by 1 unit. So we need to make them equal, right? Since it's meant to be equal number of buttons. So 3 and 1, lowest common multiple. I know that lowest common multiple of 3 and 1 is 3 units. So this is 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit, 1, 1, 1, 1. Here I can fill in as well, 3 units, 3 units, 3 units. So I can see here for Tom, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units. 7 units. And here for Jerry is 3, 6, 9, 12 units. 12 units. And they have a total of how many buttons? 456 as given in the question. Now, how do I form my equation? 7 units plus 12 units equals to 19 units equals to 456. I can go on to find 1 unit equals to 456 divided by 19. Okay, when I use 456 divided by 19, I actually get 24. So what is the question asking for? The question is asking for how many buttons does Jerry have. So we look at Jerry, we know that he has 12 units. So 12 units equals to 24 multiplied by 12 equals to, so use your calculator again, 24 multiplied by 12, I get 288. So 288. So that's for question, the next, so that's for this question. We can move on to the next question now. Okay, next question. I have 1/3 of Ash's age is equals to 2/5 of Gary's age. If Ash is 5 years older than Gary, how old is Gary? So, the simple model, Ash, Gary. So, 1/3 of Ash's age, so this is 1/3, is equal to 2/5 of Gary's age. Okay, so since this is only 1/3 of their age, I make it into one whole. So one whole, because this is another 1/3, another 1/3. Okay, next. Since this for Gary, this is 2/5, I need to cut it into 2 parts, right? Okay, so now I need to complete it by making it into one whole. And that means it's 5/5. Okay, so this is 3/5. Okay, I know that these two parts are meant to be equal. However, this is 1 unit, this is 2 units. Okay, I need to make them equal. Lowest common multiple of 1 and 2 tells me that this is 2 units. This will be 1, 1. Okay, so I fill in the rest, 2 units, 2 units, 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit. So altogether, for Ash, is 6 units. For Gary, is 5 units. And now, they say that Ash is 5 years older than Gary. So now it's actually older, right? Older. That means Ash 6 units, Gary 5 units. We need to use the difference. Okay, since Ash is 6 units, Gary is 5 units, we need to subtract, right? And difference gives us 1 unit. 6 units minus 5 units. Okay, give you 5 years older. How old is Gary? Gary, look at the model again. 5 units. 5 units equals to 5 multiplied by 5 equals to 25. So we know that Gary is 25 years old. Okay, so that's done as well. Let's move on to the last question for today. So here's the last question. So 2/3 of Chip's nuts is equals to 3/7 of Dale's nuts. If Dale had 13 more nuts than Chip, how many nuts do they have altogether? So 2-person, Chip and Dale, they have equal number of nuts. Okay, I think this is kind of long, the model I'm going to draw a shorter one. Okay, so they have equal number of nuts. And this is representative of 2/3 for Chip, and this is representative of 3/7 for Dale. So you see it's 2/3. Okay, 2 means cut this model into 2 parts. 3 means cut this model into 3 parts. Now, next we need to make this into 1 whole, right? So 1 whole means I add 1/3 more, right? To make it 1 whole. And next, to make Dale into 1 whole, I need to add 4/7, because now it's actually 3/7. Okay, 3/7. I need to make it into 1 whole, 4/7. So another, now we have another 4/7. So this makes Dale into 1 whole. Okay, so we know that this part is supposed to be equal, right? So here is 2 units, here's 3 units. They are meant to be equal number of nuts. So 2 and 3, we need to equalize them using lowest common multiple. 2 and 3, I know that lowest common multiple of 2 and 3 is 6. So each of this is 3 units. I make it 6 units. Each of this is 2 units. 2 units, 2 units to make it into 6 units. So I fill in the rest. 3 units, 2 units, 2 units, 2 units, and 2 units. So right now, total number of units here, 9 units for Chip and 14 units for Dale. Now, they say that Dale has 30 more nuts than Chip. So you know Dale 14 units, Chip 9 units. You can see that Dale having 14 units definitely more than Chip 9 units, right? So the difference is how many units? Difference is 5 units, right? And this difference is the 30 more nuts. So 30, 1 unit means 30 divided by 5. So 30 divided by 5, and you can get 6, right? Okay, how many nuts do they have altogether? Altogether, so we want to find altogether. This is the question mark. So look at the number of units, 9 units, 14 units. You can see that 9 plus 14 is actually 23 units, right? So it's actually 6 multiplied by 23. Okay, and you have 6 multiplied by 23. Okay, so you actually get 138. So remember to write your answer in the answer blank. You know that both of them has 138 nuts altogether.